Salud mi gente, your boys coming through once again. Before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit the like, subscribe to the channel for those been showing love and support. I do highly appreciate every single one of you guys, man. On today's video, we're going to talk about CDCR once again. Once again, right? This time it happened in Folsom State Prison. And another inmate unalive. We started the year with a lot of activity in CDCR. As many of you guys know, every time that things like this happen in CDCR, I usually report these cases, right? And I'll give you my opinion and how things happen, right? So on February 23rd, right, around 9:15 p.m., as they're doing the bar lock, usually around this time, third watch is about to go home. Here comes first watch, which is basically just the tower. There's no floor cops at all. So what they do is that they go to every they walk the tier, top tier, bottom tier, and there's like things in the corners. You know what I mean? Between A section, B section, there's things in the corners. There's a bar, and basically you lock the whole section. You lock A section, you lock B section, you lock C section. Why is this? So basically at the middle of the night, nobody can open their cell. Not even the tower. The tower cannot press that button and that cell will not open. Somebody has to physically go down there and open that bar. You know what I mean? In order for the buttons to work. If not, it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? So that's why they do it. So around this time, as they're doing this, they're coming with the flashlight, right? Everybody's watching their novelas, everybody's watching their shows and stuff like that, being comfortable, laying down and stuff like that. Take off their shoes, man. They're comfortable, they're doing their thing, right? Some people are cooking pruno around this time. And when I say cooking pruno, I meant they're doing white lightning. They're burning white lightning. You know what I mean? This is the time to do it. Because after that, ain't nobody coming through until till 12, right? And as this CEO was passing by with the flashlight, looking inside different cells, he came across the cell of inmate Cisneros, who was 49 years old, and inmate Sanchez, who is 34, right? So there you go. Cisneros was the victim in this case, and where he got unalive. So as he came across this cell, at first sight, the cops see Cisneros laying down, all beat up, right? Bloody, of course, and unresponsive. He kept calling Cisneros, told Giselle Sanchez what happened with old boy. No? Sanchez said, I don't know. That was the last thing he had to say when the cop pressed the alarm. Now, every cop that was thinking that we were going to go home, they didn't go home. They had to respond to this situation. And guess what? Around 9 p.m., there's no medical staff. So what's going to happen? They actually had to call an ambulance. They had to take this individual to an outside hospital, right? So this happened at 9:15. By 10 p.m., inmate Cisneros was pronounced unalive. Now, I want to talk about a little bit about inmate Cisneros because this individual who came from LA County went into prison in 2015, right? In 2015, July 2015, as somebody who was sentenced to 5 years for second-degree burglary. I mean, that guy was stealing things, man. That guy, probably was on a sick one and stuff like that. And, just any typical inmate. Gets on the sick one, starts stealing stuff, gets caught, goes into prison, do some times, comes back, and repeat the cycle. Honestly, that's what it is, right? So this individual supposedly, or thought he was going to do 5 years in prison. No, didn't happen like that because he didn't know that actually the LA County had a case on him. His DNA came on the data, and he had committed some horrible crimes in LA County, man. This individual in 2017 got sentenced to 28 years. 28 years. 2 years after he went on the state, he got sentenced to 28 years because the individual decided to do some weird stuff, man, to somebody, right? And where he got accused of doing a couple of different acts, like bad acts. They're bad, And because of this, his cellie decided to retaliate on him. Decided to be like, hold on, man. He didn't tell me all this. Like, what? And did what he did with this Sally, man. That is one thing that we're going to talk about this, man. You have to understand. Most of the times, people like this will live a comfortable life in prison if they land on a spot in where people don't mess with them. But nothing is guaranteed. There's always going to be that one person who's not going to be okay with that and who's going to do whatever it takes to at least bring some type of justice. Because sometimes, let's just put it this way, like if this guy did this to a person, right, defenseless person, a woman, you mean to tell me that he didn't get a life sentence? He only got 28 years? Sometimes the justice system is upside down, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. I feel like sometimes the justice system do favor people like this. 100%. Now, we got to talk about Hisali, right? Because Hisali, he came from LA County as well. This is inmate Sanchez, who is 34 years old. He came from LA County. And he was sentenced to 18 years, man. 18 years for an attempt on a life. And for being part of a gang, right? Gang enhancement, got caught with the weapon and stuff like that. So he got lucky, man. 18 years is a pretty good sentence for a case like that, to be honest, right? And the individual did not have life. He's been down since 2013, so most likely, I mean, for a case like that, how much you gonna do? Maybe like 13 years now with the 65%. Not no more, my friends. Not no more, because let's just be realistic with it when it comes to this. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys, man, will give this individual a break. You know what? You bring justice to the victim, and we're gonna give you a break. We're gonna act like nothing happened, or we're just gonna give you like 4 years or 3 years, something like that. But this is not gonna happen. The guy he broke the law. He unalived somebody. He cannot say he didn't, because come on, the evidence is right there. But the reality is that he's gonna get life. The judge don't care who he unalived, but what matters is what he did, the act, and that's unacceptable. One thing you have to understand is that it is sad how some inmates, they get accustomed to the life behind bars. They get institutionalized, man. They get comfortable behind those walls. And they accept that life as their fate, forgetting what really matters. Freedom. Being out there doing whatever you want, man. As long as it's within the law, right? I don't understand it, man. I do not understand it, man. How somebody is willing to sacrifice their whole life because of this. And a lot of people might say whatever, right? But you cannot say, oh, I'll do the same thing, until you are put in that situation, until you know that your act is going to be a sacrifice of your life. For who? For somebody you don't know. You know, but people do it. And the people that usually do it, man, are lifers. You know what I mean? But people who, like this individual who was not a lifer, who had 18 years in his sentence, and I mean, since 2013, man, we are 10, 13 years, probably had like 3-4 years to the house, maybe 3 years to the house now. To do a life sentence, that's just, I understand it, man, the impact of it, man. But you just have to think about that, man. Come on, he was short to the house, and not no more, man. Now, because of this decision, guess who's paying for it? The family members, the ones who send the money, the ones who accept the phone calls, the ones who keep writing this individual, man. Those are the people who are the most impacted when it comes to things like this, man. But I just thought I should tell you this story, man. That's what happened. The latest news of CDCR, and I believe somebody escaped from county jail. We'll see if we not county jail. I believe prison. I don't know. Let's see what the news say later on. Maybe we're gonna touch down on that story. But with this being said, we are out to next video. Saludos a todos. Al ratos.